Trina, Towanda, I am so excited to be talking to you. You are back on TV in the Braxtons.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's going
Hey.
on? Listen, so I'm so curious to know this show is called The Braxtons. What is the difference
Mhm.
between this show, The Braxtons, and Braxton Family Values?
The big difference is Braxton Family Values was all of us, including Tracy, and the Braxtons is without Tracy physically being here. So that's the biggest difference. And then we grew up a little bit.
Yeah.
What can folks expect this season from the show?
They're gonna expect us to be our true selves but in a different way. When we were first introduced to you all with Braxton Family Values in 2011, and here we are now in 2024, there's been a substantial time gap. And so we have evolved into mother-in-laws and kids graduating from high school, and there's so many different new facets of our lives. So you're getting a new grown-up version of the Braxtons. Now we're still super fun, yeah.
Yes.
However, the dynamics between us are different in such that we are creating, and this is Tawanda's favorite thing, and Tracy, you say this all the time, the boundaries. The boundaries. We have our new own traditions within our
Yes.
own little familial ecosystem now.
Okay. And was it a resounding yes from the entire family to do this show again?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was Tracy's wish. This is what Tracy wanted us to do. And all of us is like, listen, we're going to do whatever Tracy wants us to do. So that's why we're here.
Wow. Okay. And initially, when you first did this show many, many years ago, was there anyone who didn't do it, or were you all
Tony
on?
Braxton. We know Tony Braxton didn't want to do it in the very beginning.
Tony.
I don't know why you're trying us, Chris. You know Tony Braxton
Yes.
did not want to do it in the very beginning, okay?
So true.
But
I
here
forgot.
she is.
Wow.
But here she is. She did not want to do it in the very beginning, no. Not in 2011. She did not want to do the reality show. She said, I do not want to be known as a reality show. I am Tony the Braxton, honey, the living legend. I'm not doing that. But we are thankful that she said, okay, let's go ahead and do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I stop and think about, 13 years ago when you entered into doing this and what this show has become. You really are one of the founding families of reality
Yes.
TV. All these years later, how does that feel when you let it sink in? And what's the feedback that you get from people that are just, they come up to you?
Well, you saying that, I never even really thought about it in those terms.
Well, I knew that we were the longest running Black
Tawana.
family reality show in history. We are the longest running Black family reality show in history. I knew that then. But it's almost like a pinch me type of situation. But we're thankful that we are the like you said, the pioneers of the Black family in reality shows. It's almost like the Cosbys, but we're really thankful for that, and we're thankful that everyone has embraced us throughout these years or throughout these seasons, and they have gone through the journey with us, especially with us losing Tracy, and we feel that they have also lost Tracy. So that it was important for us to do this particular season and showing them, okay, these are never before seen photos, these are never before seen videos, because we wanted to embrace all the fans has gone through the journey with us.
Yeah. And Trina, I think I heard you say in the first episode, because I watched, so good, by the way. I heard you say that you were a little surprised the family hadn't gotten closer, really, since the passing of Tracy. And that they weren't estranged, you weren't estranged, but you just weren't closer. Talk to me about that, like the time after Tracy and then coming together, really, and with the cameras rolling, sort of healing together and getting your bond back.
Well, everyone experiences grief differently, and we as a family we spoke about it, but we never talked about it. So we used to be on the phone with each other like all day for hours and hours and hours, but when we spoke after Tracy's passing, it was almost like we kind of teeter-tottered on it. No one wanted to really talk. Like, oh, that's a Tracy thing. Oh, Tracy would say that. Oh, Tracy was so funny, blah, blah, blah. But it was never, how are you feeling and how are you dealing with or coping with your grief? And we'd never done that with each other until it was time to turn on the lights. So when I say we didn't get closer, it was just that we just never really we kind of teeter-tottered on our discussions about her passing. And now we're more open to talking about it with each other.
Yeah, and then we all went to our own little corner.
Yes.
And that was happening because, like Trina said, we all deal with death and transitioning differently. And as she stated, we never talked about it with each other to say, hey, are you okay? Even that question, hey, are you okay today? Are you having a bad day today? Are you having a Tracy day today? You know, what do you need from me to help you? Help me understand what it is that I can do to help you walk through this today, because every day is not going to be great for everybody. Right. And that's exactly what has happened for us.
Yeah. Whew. Every day is not going to be great for everybody. Amen. And yeah. I feel like when I watched you this season or so far this season, and I just thought about your journey, I think about that phrase, every test is a testimony. And for us who watched you, we've watched you lose your ex-husband, Gabe. Cameras rolling and you're grieving through the process of that. And then I got goosebumps when I heard, I think it was your mom or your sister say that you were literally there when Tracy took her last breath. What do you think is your why, Trina, for, you know, allowing us to be a part of your journey through these like unbelievable times and experiences that you've gone through with death and grieving?
Well, because someone out there is grieving. Someone who's watching us wants to see how we dealt with our situation with our sister transitioning. Someone is going to be okay not being okay. Someone is going to feel like they've been on this journey, they've done it, I can do it too. I can go and talk to somebody too. I don't have to take this on. I don't have to take this grief on by myself. It's okay for me to find someone to talk to. It doesn't have to be a family member. Maybe you're not ready to talk to a family member, but talk to a counselor, talk to someone who's impartial. Just get it out of your body. And that's something that I had to do. And it's so unfortunate that sometimes in the African-American community, we live in this covered wagon. We don't want everybody to know how we feel. We don't believe in, a lot of us, I'm not going to say we as a whole, but a lot of us don't believe in therapy. A lot of us have that covered wagon syndrome. Oh, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. If that's how you feel, you don't go telling other people your business. No, sister, brother, you are not okay.
Yeah. So
go talk to somebody. Don't allow yourself to spiral into a depression. Go allow yourself to heal. Go allow yourself to be okay. And I hope that Mr. or Mrs. Consumer for the show gets that message.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, you know, so often I've heard this phrase also, give people the flowers when they're alive, but unfortunately, always give people flowers when they're alive. What have been some of the most beautiful flowers that you've received from fans, from viewers about Tracy since her passing? Anything stand out?
It's just so much that everybody just loved Tracy. And, you know, we came up with a word that's called Tracyisms. Like she just was an original individual. And we are so blessed that she was our sister, and we are blessed that we were able to share her with the world so everybody can see how incredible she was as a human being. So I think one thing is like talking about the things that she used to say, the crazy things that Tracy used to say, the things that she used to do. Some things just did not make sense, but that made Tracy Tracy.
Right.
You know, those are the things that make me smile, that makes me laugh. Just the crazy Tracyisms.
Yeah. And I think one of the most beautiful bouquets I've ever received was a viewer or a fan coming to me and saying, oh my gosh, your family has helped our family to mend. That was the most beautiful bouquet I've ever received in my life. That means that what we're doing is purposeful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference.
And I feel like this season is even more of that. It's even more mending. It's even more healing. It's even more like the grief counseling. I was kind of dealing with my own trauma from my father passing and sitting down and going through that. It helped me heal. So thank you for that. And Towanda, I feel like you're inspiring so many women right now with just being transparent about alopecia. I'm loving the do right now. You look amazing. Was there any hesitation on your part to to shave your head off, and to continue to wear your hair, or to
Right.
show your look the way you are right now?
So first I would like to say I'm so sorry for your loss, Chris.
Thank
For your dad. The other part is I first shaved my head in solidarity of Tracy.
Yeah, yeah.
But Tracy had a full head of hair, which is crazy. A full head of hair. But I first did it for that. And then I would say that the most amazing moment in my life, and I can still feel her, is when I shaved my head and my hair was growing back a little bit because Trina and I especially was going back and forth so much, being there with Tracy, helping her, being the caregiver with her. And she was brushing my hair. And even though she was brushing my hair, it was an unspoken thing of knowing that I had alopecia because I had patches out in my hair, but she still rubbed it with love. She still brushed it with love. So that was an amazing moment. It was an amazing connecting moment with me and Tracy because that's not something that I spoke about. I never said, hey, I have alopecia, because even though I knew that I had it, I never went to a doctor to be diagnosed with it. But, by definition, I knew it was alopecia. And it was just unspoken. Like, I just knew I had it. So after she did that, and after seeing her go through all the things that she went through and knowing how strong she was, because she's the strongest person I've ever met or known in my life, because she was a fighter, and knowing that she was still moving and pressing forward with that, I was like, well, who am I not to do that about me? Why am I would never walk in shame. She didn't walk in shame, So that's the one thing that was like, I have to tell my story. I have to tell my story, and I have to help others to know that they don't have to walk in fear. They don't have to walk in shame, and that if they want to have hair, you can put hair on your head. You can wear a wig. I mean, when I do movies, I slap a wig on real quick, but it's still okay to be okay with not having hair. It doesn't define who you are.
Snaps. And before we go, we got to have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Lighter note, Trina, I live and breathe for when you're on the show and once in a while you give us this accent that is...
The Canadian accent.
I call it Trinadian accent because it's like...
Thank you.
But it's Trina, okay? The Trinadian accent. I need you to break down, or just if you will, and use these words in a sentence for me, just rapid fire.
No.
Please.
Did you say, I went to the house and it was a mess?
Yes, okay. The first word is house.
See, we just pronounce it a little bit differently as house. House. I live in my house.
I live. Okay, the next one is out.
Hey, outside.
Okay, the other word is ouch.
Ouch.
Wait, can you use it in a sentence though?
I stubbed my toe and I said,
ouch, on my couch.
Okay, last one is joke. Give me it in a sentence, please.
Chris Witherspoon is on here trying to tell a joke about the way I think.
Okay, I got my entire life. No, honestly, I don't know what it is. If it's a coffee table book, it is something, literally, I think it's one of the best parts of the show. And I'll never forget when y'all were on the couch. And I can't remember what I think you said the word house. You said the word house. And that clip I replay over and over and over.
Hilarious.
Okay, believe it or not, there are a lot of Marylanders that speak just the way I do, including my father.
Yes,
he used to tease us when we were cheerleaders. He was like, "We're on me." He used to do that. My dad has the same accent as I do.
Yeah, he says house.
Didn't see that.
Yeah, he says house.
Your mom said, I remember her saying, she hangs about a lot of different people.
I do.
But it's not a Maryland thing. She was like, a lot of different people, but she didn't mention your father. See, I need to go back and watch the tapes again.
Well, when have you ever heard her mention my father and talk about it positively?
I'll wait.
Fact. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. One last question. What do you all hope that the viewers take away from the Braxtons that they might not have taken away from Braxton family values?
Well, one of the things that they're going to definitely take away, the most obvious thing, is that we're doing this for Tracy. Mm-hmm. The first time around, we were just doing it individually and collectively for each other. But now we're doing this for her legacy. That's the biggest thing that comes out to me.
Yeah, it's a purpose. But also that we, you know, we still have fun. We still laugh. We're always going to bring up Tracy because Tracy will always be a part of us. But we have some wonderful moments in this new season of the Braxtons, and we can't wait for you guys to walk this journey with us every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. on WeTV, streaming on All Black.
Come on, Towanda, you better give it a plug. Thank you for that. Towanda, it's such an honor to connect with you again all these years later. And I'm loving the show. Just keep shining for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Again, sorry for your loss, my love.
Yes,
yeah, I'm going to go back to my house now.
The house in a mouse in a bed.
And go sit on your couch.
On my couch, exactly.
As a joke.
All right, bye, y'all.
Thank you, Chris.